Now it's actually going. Oh, God.
Surely we have...
What the f***, man? God.
Alright, we got this. Here we go.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay.
I'm quitting the vault.
It's all mine. Well, someone...
I decided we start off the week with a bourbon.
You decided we're starting off the week with bourbon.
Yeah, this is Baker's. This is part of the Jim Beam
Right.
batch line.
Right.
So, quit throwing wax at me. Oh, I'm gonna make you drink more.
So, before we jump back into this,
Yeah.
the thing is, I've been standing here for the better part of the day.
Yeah.
Most of the day.
Yeah.
Shooting whiskey videos.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling a little uncomfortable physically. It's warm in the room.
It is a little toasty.
I've been on my feet too long. And
Give me some air.
you know, you stand so long in one place, your underwear starts to bunch up a little bit.
Bunch up.
It starts to bunch
You
up.
should wash our underwear more.
So, no, I do fresh underwear every day.
Okay.
Everything else is filthy, but fresh underwear.
Okay, fair enough.
So, I have experimented with a newer, better kind of underwear.
Is it called no underwear?
No, that's horrible. You heathen dog. You heathen dog. So, what I've created is basically, let me see if I can find it. What you do is you start off with some tape.
I don't like where this is going.
And what you're trying to make is really like a pouch for your beanbag with some tape.
This is only something that, oh.
And really you just need the tape to come around and you tie it in the back. So this holds your junk.
Wait, that's my beanie.
Oh, really? Oh, this is yours. I didn't know.
Yeah, whatever.
I didn't know. So I take this beanie that I just thought was mine laying around in my office.
I've been looking for that for like 2 weeks.
And then I dip my in there. And then I tie it around the back. See how that works? See how it works? Just
Yeah, that's attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, here, wait, you want this bag? Oh, hold on. I should probably...
Oh, no. No.
Put that on. Put that on your damn head. Yeah.
Buy myself a new beanie.
Yeah, one of these days you'll learn not to leave things in my office.
Yeah, I can't help it. It's a Daniel trademark.
Okay, so...
Okay, Baker's is one of the small batch line from Jim Beam that involves Knob Creek, Basil Hayden, Booker's, and Baker's. I think Baker's is almost always overlooked.
Yeah.
A lot of people know Basil Hayden. A lot of people know Knob Creek.
Okay.
A lot of the fancy people who like more expensive, high proof,
Right.
like Booker's.
But Booker's is...
But Baker's is a little underrepresented, I think.
Between Booker's and Baker's, which is more expensive.
Booker's is more expensive.
Okay.
Baker's is less, but Knob Creek is cheaper.
Because of...
Even though it's older. Knob Creek is 9, or at least the ones that say 9 are 9 years old.
Okay.
Right, and then Basil Hayden is probably the cheapest. But it's still a small batch. Basil Hayden is great.
Sure.
So this is a lower entry proof into the barrel, which means it's going in and it's going to be pulling out of the wood instead of the tannins and the cinnamon and all the spicy notes. It's going to be pulling out vanillas and more of the caramel and the sugar notes and the fruit.
Sugar.
Fruity notes.
Dark fruit.
Now you will taste barrel because it was in a barrel for 7 years and it is 53.5% alcohol.
Big?
So you will get a little bit of, if you get what feels like spice, it's going to be the alcohol.
Okay.
Not the barrel.
Yeah, it's 53.5%.
I mean, you'll taste a little bit of the wood from the barrel.
So that's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we bring that proof down, I bet.
Hold on,
I'm not doing it to yours, I'm doing it to mine.
All right. Because this is...
That's tasty.
This is rich, vibrant bourbon flavors.
It's
this is
smooth.
Classic bourbon.
I did that for you.
Yeah, you did. This is classic bourbon, but the classic bourbon flavors are more intense and more vibrant. So if you just love straight up and down bourbon, this is right there, but made
with a little more kick.
Bigger, bourbony.
Yeah, it's like a classic bourbon turned up a little bit.
Yeah, so you get the caramel, getting some red apple, getting...
Once you get the proof down to a reasonable proof, try that.
Getting a little fig there.
See how there's no barrel burn anymore? And it's all sweet, pretty notes?
Oh, it is all sweet, yeah.
That's lower entry proof. all the spice you're getting on that, that's the 53.5. And there's none of the dry aftertaste you get from wood notes, really heavy barrel notes. I hand smell like firecrackers. That's all I can smell still.
From the whiskey biscuit
From
shoot.
the biscuit shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll link it up here if you want.
Yeah.
This, for me, I'm getting a little bit of, I can think of no other better note than a little peanut on the end. Not
Really?
strong, not aggressive.
What kind of peanut?
A peanut kind of peanut.
Well, no, I mean, like, you can just get a bag of peanuts, or like you get in the Planters ones where they're honey roasted, or...
Yeah, a little, with a sweetness. I would say honey roasted. A little honey roast. Roast them honeys.
I could see that.
Okay, so this is a kind of bourbon. Knob Creek is the least expensive. Booker's is more expensive.
No, Basil Hayden is the least expensive.
Basil.
Now, here's the thing.
Basil or basil?
I always call it basil, but who knows what it is technically. Hey, look, there's some tape. So...
It's my tape.
Here, no, I'm the one that pulled this.
It's my tape.
I split it with you.
I want that tape.
No. So here's the thing. Here's what's funny. On the back of this bottle, it says, the original small batch bourbon collection trademark.
Okay.
They trademarked the original small batch bourbon collection.
Why?
Now that means that they trademarked the sentence, the original small batch bourbon collection.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should trademark the world's oldest whiskey distillery.
Possibly the world's oldest whiskey distillery.
Very definitely, maybe.
Yeah.
The world's oldest.
That used to be
whiskey.
my favorite Carlsberg beer commercial.
Yeah.
Was probably the best beer in the world. And I'm like, that's such a great tagline because it has a big boisterous claim, but it's humble at the same time. That's probably the best beer in the world. So what happened was vodka and gin, clear spirits, started taking over the liquor industry. Kicked whiskey's ass. It was when all of the younger kids were like, oh, brown liquor is what my parents drank. I'm not drinking what they drank. I'm going to drink something new and cool. And the Moscow Mule was actually responsible for making vodka cool.
Commie rag!
Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Still? So, anyway, so...
I don't know if they're still coming.
They're still commies! So, what happened was vodka takes over the world and gin takes over the world. And so, anytime in marketing, somebody else starts threatening an industry, there are usually two reactions. There's either the rush to the bottom to fight for the lowest common denominator,
right?
Or there's go the opposite direction and stake out a territory as, well, f*** you, that's who we are.
Yeah.
Right? That's called, big chain stores going to coupon discounting.
Yeah.
More and more and more discounts and more coupons. That's the rush to the bottom, right? Well, the majority of the whiskey industry joined the rush to the bottom. They went and created, for the first time in history, a new category of whiskey called light whiskey.
Yeah.
Right around that time, a new company came out making killer small batch bourbon, or I should say bourbon in small quantities, making it aged and freakishly expensive. Double the price of most whiskey in the entire market.
Right.
And their ad says it tastes expensive because it is, or it tastes expensive because it is.
Maker's Mark.
Yes! Maker's Mark, instead of following the rush to the bottom, was the first bourbon to say, screw you, we're going to assume...
Screw you, give me your money.
Yeah, screw you, we're going to assume that there's an entire category of people out there willing to spend good money on a good product. Right? Now, after that, because it worked, and Maker's Mark just killed it on the market, Jim Beam is the second company that got on board with the idea and said, oh, evidently people want high quality whiskey.
Yeah.
And so they released their small batch whiskeys right around that time. And that was when Knob Creek, Basil Hayden, Bakers and Bookers came out.
Okay.
In that era. Right?
Level 1 whiskey sommelier grade X3. Apparently he was demoted from the Whiskey Sommelier Organization of America.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's unfortunate. You're one of us, though. I mean, the Whiskets, you don't need them.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey guys, quick question. The girlfriend and I just had a tasting of 6 whiskeys, 5 scotches, 1 bourbon. She said the bourbon was her least favorite. Is she a communist? There's a theme.
I know. Yeah, we developed a commie theme today.
God. No, she's called a keeper, man.
Yeah, dude, if you got your girlfriend to sit down with you and drink 6 whiskeys, Don't screw that
Give
one
her
up.
whatever the hell she wants.
That's right. In quick order.
Jamie Gett. Is it just me or is there a huge S and R on Daniel's forehead? LOL.
I feel like self-conscious all of a sudden.
An S and R. I feel like this is a reference to something. S and R.
Yeah, what does that mean, dude?
I don't know. You put it in here.
That's because I was wondering what it meant.
There's an L.
No, we're not doing an L.
There's an L.
That's not an L.
That's a lowercase L.
That's also a 1. Or an I with no dot.
You're number 1.
Or a strip of tape.
You're number 1. Contentious hackery.
You're number 1.
IIRC. Right after Rex Week, Daniel said he wanted to get back to talking about the whiskey with a more formal review process and tasting notes.
Actually, I think that was Rex's idea.
Actually, I was the one to basically pick up the shambles that I left the vault in after Rex Week. I suggested a more formal review process, and Daniel agreed.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And then I set aside for myself 1 day a week for the shenanigans, for the people. Since then, it seems like Rex is the one who is trying to make sure they actually get some tasting notes, while Daniel tells the stories about the whiskey and the shenanigans are mostly on Whiskey Biscuits. This isn't a criticism, just an observation. Rex, I appreciate your effort to seriously review the whiskey, but you probably have to be in charge of shenanigans too.
You have to do everything.
I do. I carry the show on my back. The only thing you're good for is printing out these stories that you make up. They're total bullshit. It's not a real thing.
Like Whistle Pig, you mean?
That was true. The Whistle Pig story happened. That or else maybe Daniel needs to give us tasting notes so Rex is free to provide shenanigans. Thank you.
I have been serious about tasting notes.
Bullshit. You've been serious about stories.
The last 2 days.
You've been serious about stories. As often as I can remember, because I don't really care enough to be diligent about it, as often as I can remember, I try to give you tasting notes, but Daniel just wants to read through stuff that he just makes up. And people like nod and they take notes, like, oh, that's an interesting story.
I feel like you're getting your revenge right now. For all day today.
For all day today.
So we do the toast?
We gotta have like another funny moment to give us the momentum into the toast. You can't just toast. You have to momentum into the toast.
Okay, I can't do this anymore.
All right.
I'm just gonna take these.
So.
And I'm going home.
All right. Bye, buddy. Here.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Hey, I forgot a glass.
Welcome to the Whiskey Vault. I'm Rex. I'm a level 4 whiskey sommelier and a master level mooch extraordinaire. Today we're drinking whatever the f we want. It's Rex here!
Oh, hey! I forgot a glass. I'm back for a glass. Break it. Hey, that was a good impromptu choice. 20, otherwise known as. All right, that's it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.